desperate are you? You call on such lost creatures to defend you.
How desperate am I? You threaten my world.
Oh, fans are assembling across the country today to watch The Avengers.
Our movie guy, Aaron Lafferty, has already seen it twice and is here with his review. Yes.
Absolutely.
Once wasn't quite enough for Aaron. You've seen it twice so far.
Yes. 2 screenings.
Okay.
You know, sometimes you take the advantage when you can. Plus, it helped me go back and realize how much I liked it.
So your wife wanted to see it too?
Yes. So my wife got to go to the second one. She couldn't make the first one, so she got to go.
She wasn't invited to the first
Yes.
one because he needed
Yes.
complete concentration.
Oh no, I had a ton of people.
Oh, perfect.
There's a whole group. I mean, here's the thing: if you're a fan of the Avengers, you know about these movies. If you've watched, Iron Man, even if all you've seen is Iron Man, you're gonna love this movie. If you like, Thor, if you like Iron Man, you like Captain America, you like the Hulk. We haven't seen a good Hulk movie. You're gonna love this. I started out with a 9, and I actually bumped it up to a 9.5 last night.
Really?
So I think this is the best comic book superhero movie I've seen.
Ever?
Ever.
In your whole life?
Dark Knight is hard to compare because this is a lot more comic book-esque.
Okay.
There's fun, there's games, there's a lot of jokes. Joss Whedon, who directs this, is really the comic book fan that came to this, so it's handled with care. All the things that you would like about this movie if you were a fan. If you've been following these characters since 1963 when they came out in the comic books, he gives you everything that you would hope for.
I think this would pack a lot of punch because a lot of people like some of the individual characters, like Thor, Captain America. You get them all together, and as you can see, we have great fight scenes.
Right, a lot of action. And one of the things that I put in my review that I posted last night is, in a lot of these movies, it's all about the computer graphics. It's all about the action. That just adds to this movie. It's character development, which we'll talk about a little bit later when we take some questions.
Okay, fantastic. So you liked it. Your wife liked it too.
Yeah, she loved it.
So this is for both genders.
This is for everybody. It's a date movie if you want. It's PG-13, so be careful with the 10 and under crowd.
Okay.
But this is going to do a lot of money.
A lot of money this weekend.
Yes.
You think they're going to break the big?
It's going to be around 170 million, which is the Harry Potter finale number. So that would be the record that they're looking at. So I think we're going to get close. It'll either pass it or it'll be real close to it.
That's great. So that is the movie of the weekend.
Yes, 2D, 3D, IMAX.
A lot of dollar possibilities
choices,
there.
Yeah, it's usually playing in 2 to 4 theaters at each location.
Wow.
So there's a lot of show times.
Yeah.
So if you miss one, wait a couple minutes, there'll be another show.
Start it again. Yeah. Okay. And this is not the only This is not the only real big one to talk about this week.
We have a couple limited releases to talk about quickly. Water Walk, which filmed in Michigan and the Midwest, is in limited release this weekend. It's not rated because it's a small independent movie. We're talking Avengers has a $220 million budget. This had a $125,000 budget. So basically, Water Walk is a guy who loses his job, and his son decides to take him on this 1,000-mile journey from St. Ignace to St. Louis. It's kind of this historical finding of the waterway to the Mississippi River. So that's one.
Interesting.
Also, Damsels in Distress is PG-13. It's basically this group of girls on a college campus. They kind of set out to change the status quo of the male-dominated campus, if you will, and how women are maybe treated differently in relationships and things like that. That's also a limited release, and those movies, check it on my blog later, the limited release around West Michigan. Not a lot of theaters, but in some theaters.
So that means you just have to, if you're looking specifically for these films, you just have to double check where they're showing.
Or go on celebration.com and look for them.
You can find them all. And then Touchback?
Touchback is probably going to be in its last weekend release this weekend. Obviously, it's going to compete with Avengers, so it depends on how it does with ticket sales. It only lost 50% last weekend, which is good. Considering most movies lose 50% or more. But it's going to be tough to beat with the Avengers this week. So if you really want to see Touchback, I would see it this weekend because it might not be the next weekend.
You touched upon, when you talked a little bit about that first limited release movie, Connection to Michigan, and you also have another movie with one.
Right. Genesis Code is still in pre-sale. At one point, we reported that it was out on DVD. It's actually still not out yet. It comes out on Tuesday. Okay. So that was the movie that was filmed here back in 2009.
Patterson Ice Arena there?
Exactly. All over. I mean, the museum and everything, Calvin College. So that comes out on May 8th, and it actually hit #1 on the Amazon.com Kids and Family bestseller list, and #1 on the Faith and Faith and Spirituality, Amazon.com bestseller list. So it's doing really well in pre-sales, and we'll see it comes out on Tuesday.
Okay. All right. Since you like to reach people, you like people to benefit from you, just the fact that you love movies and like to share what it's about. You have asked people to give you some questions about the most popular movie of the weekend.
That's
the
right, The Avengers. And the first question here is from Sean. Is there a good balance of character development for each Avenger?
Yes. Yes. I think the cool thing that Joss Whedon did here was each character gets their own entrance into the movie. So we don't see them all of a sudden all together. You see Hawkeye, then Black Widow, then Captain America, Iron Man, then Dr. Banner, who's the Hulk, and then Thor. So they all come out in the movie. They're introduced. If you've never seen any of the movies, that's okay because they're all introduced separately.
Oh, good, because I have not seen any of them.
There you go. So then they all kind of get together at one point. They don't necessarily get along, so that's good. You do get a lot of character development, which I thought which is awesome, which you don't normally get in these kind of big budget movies.
And that's what makes it a good film overall.
Exactly.
Okay, second question from David. He says, I'm reading that the Hulk steals the show and Dr. Banner plays a bigger role.
Yes. Yes.
We like the Hulk.
Hulk smash. I'll just say that.
Okay.
Mark Ruffalo, I think he hit it out of the park in this one. We've seen the Hulk, back to Bill Bixby back in the 1980s TV series. Nobody's really gotten it right. They've all tried, they've come close, but Mark Ruffalo is definitely the Dr. Banner and the Hulk, if you will. And if you've seen the movie, you know what I mean by Hulk smash. If not, you'll just look forward to it. 3 of the best moments in the movie involve the Hulk, so.
He's just so
wonderful.
Cool.
I like Mark Ruffalo. He's one of my favorites.
And him and I know you love Robert Downey Jr. They get along. They have this little chemistry going. So
wonderful.
We're going to see more.
That would be reason enough for me to watch it. Okay, third question here is from Cody. Any more sequels in the works?
Yes, Cody on the crew asked the question. Actually, Mark Ruffalo has signed on for 5 more movies, so we're going to see him.
Really?
He may not get his own movie, but we're going to see him in 5 more movies.
Okay.
We've got Iron Man 3, May 2013. Thor 2 in November 2013, Captain America 2 in April 2014. Plus, we're going to get another Avengers because this one's going to make its money back in 2 weekends.
Yes, exactly.
And we'll see a new Hulk movie too, so that'll be good.
Marvelous. Okay, so for all the information, if you want to just kind of give your thoughts to Aaron, interact with them, laugh at the movies. Of course, you can follow him on Twitter, Facebook, and at woodtv.com.
Right.
And you're doing a lot on Twitter these days, Aaron.
That's the quickest way to really get a hold of me because I don't have one of those fancy iPhones. So Twitter, I get those messages right away. One more thing, I put it out there last night on Twitter. Stay through the credits. You don't have to stay till the very end, but there is an extra scene at the end of the Avengers.
Good to know.
Not at the very end, but in the credits.
Yeah, good thing you watch it twice so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
Stay right there. We'll be right back.
Maybe 3.
You should go.